Hello, so we're going to be having a look at rounding today. Now we did do a little bit of rounding when we were doing dividing, but we're just going to be having a little look in more detail about it just now. We're going to be focusing on a little bit of revision in this video, so looking at rounding to the nearest whole number, rounding to the nearest 10, 100 and 1,000. So first thing that you're going to do is you are going to identify what place value you are rounding to. So for example, for this one, round to the nearest whole number, you are going to be rounding to the nearest 1. So I'm looking at 54.3. This is the column that I am interested in, okay? I am rounding to the nearest 1. So once you've identified that column, you are then going to look to the place value 1 to the right of that. And the number in this column is going to be extremely important. Because if this number is a 0, 1, 2, 3, or 4, then it does not affect this number. If this number is a 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9, it actually makes this number round up the way. Okay? So if I was rounding my 54.3 to the nearest whole number, this is a 3, so it doesn't affect that. So my answer is simply 54. Okay? Because 54.3 is closer to 54 than it is to 55. So the answer is 54. But let's say I was rounding 54.7. Okay, to the nearest whole number. Again, I'm rounding to the nearest whole number, so I'm rounding to the ones column. I look at my number that is to the right of that, so the number in the place value to the right. If it is a 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9, this number rounds up. Okay, so my final answer would be 55. And that's because 54.7 is closer to the number 55 than it is to 54. So that's why we have to round up. Okay. Right, let's look at our next one, which again is still rounding to the nearest whole number. So I have 78 pounds and 70 pence. Rounding to the nearest whole number, so that's to the nearest 1, so that's my important column. But still a very important column is this column. So I look 1 to the right. If this number is 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9, this number rounds up. So rounding it to the nearest whole number would be 79 pounds. Okay. So now I'm having a look at to the nearest 10. So I'm rounding 46 to the nearest 10. Unlike when I was rounding to the nearest whole number, the ones column is not the important one here. I'm rounding to the nearest 10, so I'm rounding in this column. Okay, rounding to the nearest 10. Just like we did last time, we're looking at the place value 1 to the right of this. If this number is a 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9, then this number has to round up. So rounding to the nearest 10 is 50, okay? And that's because the number 46 is closer to 50 than it is to 40. And then last one, I'm rounding 8,655. So 8,655 to the nearest 100. So it's the hundreds column that I'm rounding to here. I'm looking at the number that's 1 to the right, so the place value that's 1 to the right. So I'm looking at the tens column here. If the number in the tens column is 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9, then this number rounds up. So my final answer is 8,700. Okay. So that's just a little bit of revision on rounding to the nearest whole number, to the nearest 10, and nearest 100. Okay, rounding to the nearest 1,000, you would just follow the same method.